Oh my God, you beautiful, sexy people. You guys are in for a real treat with this one. My computer seems to be frozen here. There we go. So I want to show you guys something about dramatic demonstrations. When you really understand dramatic demonstrations, like this is what happens is like sales. These are all Stripe payments. I have my Stripe link to Zoho because it's like, I don't know, it's just easier for me to manage. Is your inbox can look like this with a whole bunch of people because dramatic demonstrations help your clients just get what you do without all the explanations and long-winded stuff. I know you guys have heard the saying that a picture is worth 1,000 words. Well, a demonstration is worth 1,000 pictures. So this is one that I just wanted to show you as well. And this is actually an example of it. By the way, everything I'm doing here, by the way, is an example of a demonstration, and I'll get into how to make your own. But I just wanted to show you what they look like. We're gonna get interrupted by some children. This is gonna be a real presentation, by the way. So here's an example. Like most agencies are keeping clients 3 months, which means 3 payments in the Stripe, and we're keeping people 2+ years in the mastermind, which means 24 payments, right? Like just like that alone is cooler. Never mind that the clients are happier and enjoy it. Here's an example, by the way. Our Loom videos. What it looks like is you send a Loom video in somebody's inbox, you wait. This was actually exactly 10 minutes later. Love this idea. Let's do it. Let me know what's next. That's it. That's what you get. That's what happens when here's another example, by the way. Here's the video we discussed. It's a Loom link. All right, sounds good. Let's do it. Hello, Heidi B. My oldest is sitting right over there. So I want to give you guys an upgrade in how to create these dramatic demonstrations because they're actually in a lot of ways the most important part of the Loom video process we make. Right up there with the offer anyway. And when you do this, I've mentioned this before, but there was a guy in Florida, if you guys haven't heard me tell this story before, but it's a true story. And he was the #1 guy selling hurricane-proof windows. And he was outselling number 2, number 3, number 4 by like orders of magnitude. He was just crushing it. And everybody wanted to know, like, what's your secret? Is it this great sales technique? Are you doing the tie-down close? Are you rocking it? Papa! Hi, Zelda B. My girls are just getting home here. So we're probably going to get climbed on and attacked in the middle of this presentation. And anyways, he would take the windows and smash them with a hammer and go, see? Hurricane-proof windows. And that did all the selling for him, right? Like there was no amount of words and talk that replaced just smashing a window with a hammer. So let me tell you where most people get this wrong is because they're not doing dramatic demonstrations. Zelda B, come here, my love. Come here, my love. Come here. Papa, look at my sweet bee. She's going to be here with me in this little presentation. So what most people do is they try and use more than anything are words. And words is what everybody else do. And I'm not saying like words don't have a place. Obviously, there's some great copywriters in the group. No. You want to say hello, Zelda? Can you say hello? Hello. This is my youngest, by the way. She's like a year and 9 months, I think. So what ends up happening is it has this kind of sleazy effect on people. And it's not anything you guys have done. It's just that like there's been 8,000 asshole marketers before you who've all said the same things, and that just kind of ruins the effect of it. And so what most people are doing is they're just shouting the same cliches. I'm going to get you more sales. I'm going to get you more leads. I'm going to get you #1 in Google. I'm going to get you cheap leads on Facebook. And because of that, this is how it sounds to people. Like it's just like sleazy salesmen. Bye-bye shit, fucker. So, yes. So there are only 3 kinds of dramatic demonstrations. I'm going to move my face over here, by the way, that you're ever going to make. Oh no, I think we just froze for a second. Are we back? There we go. There's only 3 kinds of dramatic demonstrations you're going to make. One is you're going to show somebody a symptom that they currently have, and you're going to, and I'll show you some examples of how to do this in just a second. Another example is you're going to show them, what is my computer doing here? Hello, Heidi B. I think I'm just, I'm clicking on the bottom, that's why. Hello, Heidi B. I think my oldest wants to come say hello, too. Is you're going to show somebody the result that you create. And we always want to do this, by the way, in the form of pictures. I don't know what's up with this. The Google Slides. Great. Okay, so there's my old my Ilka B getting upset. Okay, we're gonna, I think, have to X out of this. I don't know what I just did. What did I just do? Good old technology break. Maybe I'll just show you. The other is before and after. Okay, there we go. Let's see if we can try and reload this and make this. Maybe my computer's just running really slow. I don't know. This is part of the show, I guess, guys. It's just frozen for me. I can't click anything. So I don't know if Google Slides just crashed or what the deal is. Maybe I'll just entertain you guys with some singing. Somebody said they liked my Phil Collins the other day, so I don't know. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh, Lord. All right, let's see if we can... I think my whole Brave browser is frozen. I might have to do this in 2 parts and combine it for you guys, because it looks like it's like just totally crashed. Let's try that, and we'll come back. All right, here we go with attempt 2. Sorry about that, guys, but the technology is the technology sometimes. So, as we were talking about, there's 3 kinds of dramatic demonstrations. You can show somebody a symptom, you can show somebody what the end result looks like, or you can show them basically a before and after, which is the symptom and the end result together. And the way you really want to conceptualize this is think about it like if your client was in a movie and they got more sales, or if they got more leads, how would that show up in their world? How would they know that they had more sales? How would they know they had more leads, right? Like, how would this look like visually? And I want to just point out, I've been doing this to you guys since the beginning, right? So I'm going to just go back a couple of slides. This is how I know I got more sales, because I got an inbox that says, you got more sales, right? So there's a reason why I show that demonstration rather than just saying the words more sales, is actually showing you guys, and this is real, by the way. This is not photoshopped. I know people do those kind of things. I'm not the coolest guy on earth anyway. There's people with bigger inboxes than mine, but I just wanted to show you. And this is also real, and so is this. But I just wanted to show you guys that this is what it looks like when you get the end result. Is you send a video and a client says, sounds good, let's do it. Right? So these are examples of visual pictures of the end result. Let's go back to the So these are examples of the number 1. Number 2 is I'm showing you how in a movie it would show up. If you got more sales, what would it look like? So the before and after one, and this is a little bit out of order because I was expecting my kids to come home and I wanted to get this done before you guys, but as you can see, we got a little interrupted. But weight loss has been doing this forever, before and after. This is what I always look like. And the reason why I say symptoms is because most people don't understand their deeper level problem. They just understand when I look in the mirror, I don't like how I look. And this is what the end result looks like. This is what you're ultimately selling, is the contrast between the hell they're in before and the heaven they could be in after. And so you want to do your best to show people how that looks in a movie, not just saying lose weight, but weight loss has been doing this for years. So here's another example, by the way, of end result. And this was one I was using inside the group to show people like how cool it is when you have clients who are not just like, like, hey, okay, send me the proposal, but when clients are hell yes about working with you. And, this is an example of what I said to the guy. I only do this if somebody's a hell yes. Is that a hell yes for you? They say hell yes. And there's me doing some hell yes. That's a inbox conversation. Here's one for Brian, by the way. And I want to show you one of the easiest dramatic demonstrations you can make, or just take screenshots of emails and conversations you have with clients when they're happy about certain results or relieved about problems that you solved. Hey, they're taking the time to chat with us. Some are the 5-minute video thing, and we landed so far. They're your type of clients as described in your book. No meetings, no complaints, just do your thing. We trust you kind of relationship. We're not there yet, but I'm happy with the lifestyle. But the idea that clients we have low maintenance clients, they're paying us month after month, that's just an example of that, right? Screenshotting a client conversation. Clients are happily sticking with. I'm not sure if we were just lucky, but having the client weekly meetings, but they only ask for reports when needed, which we send a video as you recommended. So again, these are clients who are just happily sticking, paying month after month after month, which is such a key thing. Here's another example, and this is an example of a result as we talked about, is this Dan from our group. He said, dude, this man shows up in a McLaren, sits down with me, pulls out his Gucci bag with 10K rolled up and tells me, I came here to spend money. How much is this going to cost me? He's got 7 offices, but equally, he needs someone to manage the marketing to take it nationally. So going to take equity of his company, just focusing on marketing growth. One of the first commercial leads we got is going to be close to 1 million. Meeting is tomorrow. Profit could be close to 400K on that deal. I only make 3%. The universe is crazy. Am I right? And this is a separate one, but where he posted the contract that he got. Right. So again, taking this for you, if a client has more sales or whatever, what would that look like? Like, give a real example of what that looks like. So here's another one. This is when I used to do sales calls. I know a lot of people want to get a calendar full of sales calls, and I used to use Once Hub, also known as Schedule Once, when I first started using it. And this is what my inbox looked like when I got it scheduled people. So rather than say, we're going to get you meetings, this is what meetings look like to me, as an inbox full of people interested in meeting with you, right? So you want to show that visually. It's a dramatic demonstration. I just did a search and screenshot it. That's basically it. Here's another one from Thomas. And again, client conversations, screenshotting are one of the easiest ways you can do this. Frankie, you cocksucker. Sorry, this is how people talk with me. Looking back at the list from my mastermind, those goals are all complete, and I just bought another property. Hoping you family are well. You had a hand in this, dickhead. I love you too, you raging homosexual. So much gratitude. Oh, I guess I got it twice. Tell me about this property. Paid off my rental property, then refinanced to buy another rental. And, here's him saying, same person, we landed 2 100,000 per year recurring bottom line contracts. By the way, before he was doing this, he was getting $500 a month from clients. So if a degenerate like you can do it, anybody can do it. There's a dancing banana. So what I want to show you guys is you can use stuff like this. Now, I'm going to show you in a second, by the way. If you're brand new and you don't have client results you can show off, that's cool too, because the dramatic demonstration is not necessarily about showing off just your results. It's just showing people a clear picture of either the symptom you're going to eliminate, the result you're going to create, or the contrast between the two. So here's another one, by the way. My lady Ilka B, one of her talents is filling up Facebook groups without any paid ads. And she's got a really simple formula for this. And I ran a training and I just said, who'd be interested in filling up a Facebook group? Those of you who have it. Here's an example. Like if you guys want to build a list, she did this. She's got, over 1,000 people in a couple of different groups or close to it. And none of this is with paid ads. And I just, took a screenshot of these groups and showed how she does that. And people are like, I'm interested. But again, just saying filling up a Facebook group with words is different than showing a picture of a group with people actually in it. So we want to show this always in a movie. This is an old one back when I used to process my stuff with PayPal, but these are I just did a search for all the payments received in PayPal. This is in my Hotmail, which is linked to, and it highlights every time one of your searched words is appeared. But these are all just payments received. So that rather than saying hey, we're going to increase your revenues or things like that or make you more profit, I show a demonstration of that. Here's one from our mastermind. This is one of the simplest ones. Christian just posted this actually yesterday, and he had this really beautiful website, and he said he posted it in his group and just wanted to say, I'm really proud of this. And he got bites from people who are interested in hiring him as a web design by just posting this. And he can bring this out and post that whenever he wants now. Rather than say, we do web design, what better way than to actually show off what you actually just designed, a dramatic demonstration. So here's another one. This is Tarek from our mastermind, dramatic demonstration. And I just took, I pieced it together in screenshots, so it's kind of a little messy. But here's a cleaning company he helped fix up, and this is their old website on the left. And you can see it's pretty ugly. It looks like it was just, it's just not sharp. And he made him something like this. And these are a couple of images thrown together, so it doesn't look as nice as he made it. But you can see it's a much better website, and it's a much better professional representation, and it converts better and has social proof and all those kind of elements. And so what he was doing is simply just showing these side by side. I took somebody who had this and gave them that, before and after, just like weight loss, right? Rather than saying we make great looking cleaning websites, say, hey, people come to us with this and we give them that, right? In a matter of 3 seconds, somebody can visually see why they want that, why they would want that representation of them as a company. So this one came up, by the way. I'll give you an example of people who did this. This is an example of somebody who did this poorly, just so you can, let me go back a slide. Whoops, I clicked. I was looking for a custom bobblehead for a client. I just thought it was a really cool gift idea, and I had never bought one before, and I ended up going to 3 websites. They were like the top 3 on Google. They might have been paid ads, search, I don't remember. But anyways, this is one I found, and this is the guy trying to sell his product with words. In other words, what not to do. This is not a dramatic demonstration. I guess this little picture of him and his bobblehead could be. But polymer, clay, and 100% handcrafted. What does that really mean? I think he's probably trying to tell me it's a quality product that's going to last a long time, but I don't really know. It's not a dramatic demonstration. It's just words. Free proofing. Do other people charge for proofing? What is proofing anyway? I don't really know what he means. Amazing likeness and quality. Handmade, 3 days business. Okay, this one is actually specific enough that it's meaningful. But for the most part, this was kind of a bad example of a dramatic demonstration. Now here's the second one I landed on, which I didn't buy from either. I didn't buy this one. They got happiness guaranteed. Now there's a few demonstrations. I can see the dog. I can see this. Great prices. Pick through our catalog. Get your custom one. But I want to show you the one that I ultimately bought from. And when you see it, you'll realize just how powerful a dramatic demonstration is. It says, turn your 2D memories into 3D works of art. Display case is $34.9. And I can see all the different kinds of bobbleheads. You take your picture, you upload it, and you turn it into a finished product. That's what I'm interested in, right? I want a bobblehead. I don't want custom polymer plague and proofing. I want a fucking nice looking bobblehead that I can send to my clients. So these are the guys who actually ultimately got my money, and probably the other people could have done something similar, but this was the one that I went with. And so I wanted to show you guys what the power of that dramatic demonstration is. These guys are probably getting all the sales and all the conversions. Now, here's an example one from our man Oral from our mastermind, and this is a example of a symptom. So he's working with dentists, and one of the symptoms dentists experience is they have a hygienist, and the hygienist, they often pay her $70,000 to $90,000 a year, somewhere in that range. Typically, it can be higher or lower, and they need to keep them busy with work. And so the dentist told him, I bought one of those really expensive $20,000 websites or whatever. It was really pretty. But at the end of the day, the chair is empty. And so the dramatic demonstration that we came up with, instead of trying to sell, I'm going to get you #1 in Google, I'm going to bring you business with AdWords, is exactly to show them I understand the problem. You paid for one of these, and all you really got out of it was this, an empty chair. And what you really want is somebody sitting there getting their teeth fixed. Do I understand you correctly? So when you do that, you almost make your sale in a matter of seconds. Here's another example, one I posted in the group. Now, I know a lot of you guys would probably be really interested in sales calls, but when you get a lot of them, by the way, it makes your life miserable when you have sales calls all day long and you're just on the phone. They're very draining, by the way. And so rather than saying, are you drained from sales calls, how would somebody know in a movie that they had nothing but sales calls booked? And here's how it looks, at least for me. It was my Google Calendar was full of shit with people I got to talk to. So I just took a screenshot. And and by the way, remember how we said it doesn't have to be you? I actually just found this on Google Images because I didn't remember the dates and stuff when I used to have a full calendar. And I was like, it doesn't matter. Let me just find an example of a full calendar and I'll take a screenshot of it. And that was enough, right? So even though it's a dramatic demonstration, this is not a personal client experience. Not my personal. I literally just grabbed this from Google Images. So I wanted to show you that. And then the last two that I want to show you guys, I guess, is that you can do this audibly as well with sound, because that comes up in movies, by the way. So we have one client, Joseph, and he's working with e-commerce people, and obviously he helps them make more sales. But you don't want to say that with words. So I said, when somebody owns an e-commerce store, how do they know they get more sales? And he said, well, they all have this little Shopify app on their phone, and they get this ding sound. And I don't know if the sound will play correctly through a YouTube video while I'm recording on Loom, but there's a ding sound I'm hearing anyway on my headphones. And this is the ding. So I said, well, why don't you show them, how in your Shopify app you hear that ding 10 times a day? I help you hear that ding 20 times a day. Right? So they can easily see the benefits of that. By the way, I did this as an example for a lawyer. And one of the things I did is I showed them was an example. And I got a call recording from a lawyer, and it was somebody who called up and said, hey, I was injured in an accident and I'm interested in using your legal services. So instead of just saying more leads, I played this recording and said, how would you like to have this recording? Hello, I was injured in an accident. I'm interested in using your legal service. How would you like people to call you up and say exactly that, right? We're showing it like a movie. We're not just saying more leads. And by the way, I found this off of YouTube. It was somebody else's video of just a legal call recording, and I just took the edit out of those 10 seconds, and I go, how would you like people to call you and say this, right? So it doesn't have to be your client proof and client testimony. Like, obviously, this is why case studies work, and if you got them, use them. But even if you don't, like, at least 5 or 10 of these are examples of just things I got. This is an example. I just got it from Google Images. So whether you have it or not, all you're trying to do is think about, if this was in a movie, how could I show my client the symptom that I understand the symptom they're currently dealing with, what the result of what it'll look like when I'm finished, or the before and after. And if you do this and put it into a movie, what you'll find is just like hurricane-proof windows. Like, people will, most of the sale, maybe not all of it, but like 50, 60, 70, 80% of the sale will be made in a matter of seconds, right? Like, if I show somebody who's busy on sales calls and I say, well, this is how we do it. We just send them this Loom video, then Loom sends me a notice in my inbox that they watched it, and then they say, okay, I love this idea, let's do it. Let me know what we need to do next. I want to buy this. And then ultimately it translates to payments. Like, that's all they need to see. So with your stuff, you want to be thinking about, how does this show up in a movie? And then what you want to do is like really, really nail that down for people. And you can only ever do 3 things, by the way: the symptom, the result, or the 2 of those together. So I hope that's super helpful to you guys and makes sense, because that'll really, really upgrade all of it. Because instead of trying to do it with words, you'll try and show people visually what it looks like, right? Like, visually, this is what I want. And then when you do that, or visually what I'm stuck on, or visually the 2 of them side by side, right? Like, as I mentioned, this is the before and after right here. This is just like weight loss. So you do that, and what you'll find is your sales will just get so much easier and faster and more direct and to the point. And I hope that helps you guys. So that's all I got for you guys. May the force be with you.